Let's look at basic history.
The Middle Eastern people are cultured.
Let me explain. No, they are today. They weren't there historically. But let me explain. Look. You're an Englishman. In the English school curriculum, they teach that the English, the British, the Brits were barbarians. They were running around, beating each other in the head and doing all kinds of barbaric things. They were very uncivilized people. But some people came to teach them how to bathe and how to make roads and things like this. These people they identify as the Romans because there was a great Roman Empire. We agree. Then you go and study the Romans and find out where the Romans say they got their civilization from.
Muhammad.
They say they got it from the Greeks.
Teach, Muhammad.
So you say, oh, wonderful, Athenia and the Hellenistic period. So then you go and study the Greeks. Pythagoras and the boys. And when you study the Greeks, they say they got all of their civilization from Egypt.
Go ahead.
Where is Egypt?
Teach.
Africa. Black people. Yes. And today we're in denial about basic reality.
That's right.
And so I'm saying to you that it's really just important to understand that as Caucasian people, all of those, look, when Napoleon arrived in Egypt, he saw the great statue of Ramesses.
That's right.
He saw the great edifices of the Sphinx and all of it. You know what Napoleon did? When Napoleon saw the nose that looked like my nose, he was so upset because all of these great statues, they got a nose like mine. And you don't have a nose like mine if you are a Caucasian. You only have a nose like mine if you're a black man. And these were black men. Huge statues that scared the life out of Napoleon. And so he told his soldiers, turn the cannons on these statues and blow the noses off. Because they were trying to hide the identity of the builders of the great Sphinx. Go there today.
That's right.
And you will see that they're black people.
That's right.
Egypt, the word Egypt means the land of the blacks.
Kemet.
The word Kemet. Of course, very few are dark today because of migration and the fact that black people have been pushed out and destroyed over the period of time that you have been here. This is why the white man, look, do you know that we were circumnavigating the entire planet thousands and thousands of years ago? But only 500 years ago, Caucasian people thought the world was flat. You thought that if you sailed too far out into the sea, you'd fall off the edge. But black people had already circumnavigated the entire globe. And so, we, as black people, you came into the Caribbean. If you read Columbus's log, he said he found paradise and a people who took gold for granted. We use gold for little artifacts, but it's no big deal to us. When the white man saw gold, he went mad. He called it a gold rush. And he started to kill people for a metallic object. The white man, he came into what he called a new world. And so all of a sudden you started to name things. So that's why you called it America, based on, what was his name? Amerigo Vespucci, a Caucasian. That's why you called it Africa, based on the European explorer called Africanus. You went into America, you called it New York.
That's right.
Because it was new to you.
New England.
You called it New England.
That's right.
You called it New Zealand. You called it Newfoundland. Because it was new to you. But to us, we were already there. That's why we're called Aboriginals. Ab, meaning abstracted from the Father. From God Himself. Original, meaning the first. But you won't find Caucasian people calling themselves Aboriginal anywhere on the planet. Because you're the new man, Paul Newman. You're a brand new man to the planet. And I say again, because I know you think we're joking, and we don't back off from this one iota. We made you. We made you through a process of genetic engineering. 6,000 years ago, from one blood came all human beings. But we produced you from us.
Amen.
Because within us there are two germs.
Teach.
A black one and a brown one.
Teach.
This is not to use, this is not insulting language, this is science.
Teach.
And we found within ourselves a contrary nature.
All color spectrum.
And so we engineered this from ourselves, and it was produced as a Caucasian human being. And the first one of you that came on the planet was just 6,600 years ago. What was the point that you mentioned? Humus. Look at this. Even the word human, you've heard the term of a darker hue. Human, meaning a dark man. Human, a man of color. That's why the topsoil of the earth is called humus. It is the dark organic material that gives life to the earth.
Teach.
Whenever you take away the dark organic material or you denature it, you're left with white granulated sand.
Teach.
Desert. You want to see those of us who think that white something to glorify in? No. You know, do you know that there's no such thing as a white mice found in nature?
Teach.
Do you know that all white mice were manufactured because they are weak, and that's the only kind of mice that they can really do laboratory experimentation on?
Teach.
And so they have produced them through genetic engineering. A white rabbit, you'll never find a white rabbit running in nature. That was put there from a laboratory. And so you got to understand that white intrinsically is the weaker side of black. White is not the strength. White is in fact the weak aspect. And so when you want real flour, you go and get yourself some whole grain flour. You got to go and get wholemeal. It's got to have the whole meal in it. It's called brown flour. And that's the one that wise people eat. You don't eat this, but then you make the white flour, which you've totally denatured, and you call it mighty white. When you look at the great white shark, it's not white. You're so desperate to have white things that are great that you call it a great white. You call it the great white whale. It's not a white whale, not white. It's black or grey, but it's not white. You can't get a heavyweight champion, so you're looking for a great white hope. You try and turn Frank Bruno into a white man in desperation. This is real. I'm saying it's a psychological thing with white people where you want to find your place. And your scientists and your historians, they spend so much time asking the question, where do we come from? Because they are puzzled as to your origin. They ask the question, why do we kill the way we do? Because there's a different nature. You have a different nature to the rest of the members of the human family. Look at the Chinese, look at the Asians, look at the black people. All of us got dark eyes. All of us got black hair. The only one on the planet who's got ginger hair, blonde hair, brown hair, grey hair, brunette. You see, you got to understand pedigree, and you got to understand mongrelization. I'm telling you the truth.
Go ahead.
Because when you got a dog and it's all spotted and all different colors, you call it a mongrel. But when you see a pedigree, it is uniformed. And it has a consistency to it. And the white man, you just came yesterday, and you are a mixture of us. You are the colored man. You are the one that's gone around the world making everything based on color. You were the one who went into Australia. You were the one who went into South Africa. You were the one who went into Asia and classified people and things based on color. That's why you call one of us octoroon, another one quadroon, another one half-caste, another one mulatto. I mean, these are classifications from you, not from us. We never saw people based on their color. We saw people as human beings. But the white man is the one who came along and made all of these classifications. So that's why this man, Yaqub, he wasn't a madman, he wasn't a mad scientist. He was a good scientist, and he just wanted to see if he could bring out from the black man the other side of the black man, the negative side of him, and make it live. And he was successful. After 600 years of grafting, he produced a Caucasian. And the Caucasian person is a person who is anti-nature. That's why when the sun comes out, I'm energized. Me and the sun, we got a relationship. I love the sun. I don't need no sunscreen. I don't get cancer from the sun. Me and the sun have got a good relationship. I love it and it loves me. But white people, you got to put sunblock on. You got to hide from the sun, because now you might get a little melanoma. Part of me on you, that means your death.
That's right.
Why would the life giver, which is the sun, be against your very life? Why is it that instead of harmonizing with the planet, you're forever trying to fight against nature? Why is it that when I come out of my mother's womb as a baby, I've got natural rhythm? But white people, for you to learn to dance, you got to write it out, paint the steps on the floor. My women, they walk with a great big house on their head in Africa and in the Caribbean by nature. Perfect balance, perfect poise. Nobody has to teach them. But the white woman, when she is coming from the aristocracy and she's going through finishing school, she has to have a little book placed on her head to teach her how to walk properly. Because it's not natural to you, but it's natural to us. It is natural to the black people. It comes out of us like a web comes out of a spider.